Hey, it's Reyan here, and I'm here at Meatstock Melbourne with Divine Swine with Aaron. How you doing?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Good, good. Who have you got around here? Who have you got around here?
It's got Skipper's Clint. Clint, say hi.
Hello.
We've got Luke out the back. We got Paul.
Hi.
And we got Mitch as well.
Hey guys.
Hey boys, how you going? How's the night?
Yeah, it was good. It was actually pretty relaxed. We got a little bit of snooze over in the paddock over there. We had a couple of cheeky lemonades and got our cook underway at about 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's fantastic. Now, how did the team come about?
Well, this is an interesting story that Clint should tell because he is
Go on, Clint.
the architect.
Yeah, so our wives originally were part of a wives club and they got together with the kids and everything else, and my wife invited her friends over for dinner one night and they dragged along their husbands and unwillingly, and then all of a sudden everyone started having some of the barbecue food we were having. I go, what is this? And so the next thing you know, they're all buying smokers and we ended up one day I just said, hey, we should form a barbecue team and enter an amateur competition, and they said, oh, we can't do that. And next thing you know, we entered the rookie rumble. This was 4 years ago now.
It's 2018.
Yeah, and we ended up GC in the comp.
Oh, fantastic.
And that's actually why we actually won entry to Meatstock from that. And the last Meatstock, had our free entry and everything that we had won come here. So since then, I think we've probably done maybe 10 or more comps. We've done some interstate comps. We've got some RGC, a lot of category wins, and been doing fairly well. So it's just, now we're just enjoying it.
That's the way, man. That's the way, and I love the fact that obviously, you got a friend group as well.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the biggest thing. Like speaking to a few other people there, so it's all about escaping it a little bit. While you're thinking about the heat, the meat, and just trying to work out how everything works.
Yeah.
You tend to you get away from life a little bit, and I love that. So I mean, what barbecues have you guys at the moment? I can see a whole bunch of Oklahoma Joes around me.
Well, that's pretty much all. We've got a lot of the OK Joe equipment. We use a lot of the drum Broncos. So we've got a couple of the original size Broncos, and we've got the Pro Drum, which is the same 22-inch size as like a kettle. Yeah, and the orange just sticks out, right? Corporate color. So it is a bit of a beacon. Everybody goes, well, what's that? And it's just a good draw card. But they have been running at 2 o'clock, loaded with fuel, and they haven't missed a beat. So they're just ticking away.
Yep.
And we've got a kettle. We'll do some hot and fast stuff on there later, and we've got the old pellet out the back as well. So.
Excellent. And how did the name come about, actually, before we go?
You know what? That's a hard one because we put a few names on the table, and some of them were PG, some of them were rated R. But it was Divine Swine sort of just fell into it, and it sort of stuck, and we liked it.
Yeah, we made our first logo in Microsoft Paint, and then since then we've hooked up with Ground Zero Designs, and they've created a new logo for us, and now we've got some merch and logos and stickers, and just growing and having fun with it.
Clearly, Aaron and I have shop in the same cap company. Ground Zero are fantastic. They did ours as well. It's fantastic. Now, to have Meatstock back, what's that like for you guys?
Well, this is my first Meatstock.
Oh, right.
So I've never done a Meatstock before. Welcome, congratulations. So that first one that we were going to have all those years ago before it happened, right? We were setting up, and I was quite excited and a little bit overwhelmed at the same time. But I think it's given us a little bit more runway to get some more experience in, a bit more practice in what we're doing with our proteins, and just coming here today, it's just amazing. A lot of people we know. It's great catching up with all the teams and even some of the families as well. But then going out and supporting the people that support us and buying food, buying merch, buying bits and pieces. It's a super cool festival. Having family and friends come down. Everybody's having a smile on their face, eating some really good food, having some nice icy cold drinks, and just banging weather too in Melbourne today.
How good is it? How good is it? I was going to pack the jacket today. I'm like, nah, don't need it. It's beautiful. Now, what for someone who wants to get into competition barbecue? Obviously, you guys stumbled into it. What tips do you have?
I think there's a lot of things that you can do, but there's a whole heap of online groups that you can join. So Facebook groups like the Victorian Barbecue Alliance down here. If you've got a preferable smoker of choice like the Oklahoma Joes, they've got pages as well, or if you're using a pellet grills or other kettles, join those pages and just start asking questions. You'll actually find it's not a hostile online troll sort of infested pool of people. There are actually some genuine really talented cooks that are just willing to help you get started, and they might even bring you in for a cook and help you out. We've had a couple of people come into our tent at previous comps to do some co-cooks and learn a few skills, and a couple of new blokes as well that have only done one competition before. So and second competition's Meatstock. So just bringing more people into the fold to spread the word and eat good food.
That's it, mate. That's it. And look, so talk us through the hand-ins. What have you got for the rest of the day?
we got
Do we know the times?
chicken's first cab off the rank at what 10
o'clock.
10 o'clock, yeah. So
pretty close.
doing some chicken pillows.
Yep, chicken pillows.
Then they're going to
Pork ribs next.
ribs?
Yep. So we got the pork ribs in the bullet. We're just about to give those a rotation, so we're hanging them. We do a bit of a hang, and then we put them on the racks afterwards.
cool.
So we got the pork ribs that we're pretty consistent with. We've got a pretty good method there. And then after pork ribs, what are we at? We're
Pork shoulder.
which
Money
is
muscle.
looking really sexy right now. So
Ooh, love it.
yeah, it's looking real good. We're pretty happy with that.
Beautifully Frenched lamb racks,
Yeah.
and also some little riblets as well to sort of go into the box with maybe some pulled lamb. We'll see how it turns out.
Yeah.
And then
We got the brisket just swimming away. We've got it in a boat at the moment, and it's just it's cruising. And
bubbling.
the burnt ends are already jiggling off their head.
It
already,
might be a
it's-
box of burnt ends.
yeah,
Love
could
it,
be.
love it. And look, it's just, how do you go with like, I mean, because I've seen your ribs, on your Instagram account and looked amazing. And I think I asked you, and you're like, I can't tell you, which is fine. Because I'm like, how do you make it look so good?
Glassy glaze.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, how much practice goes into all that?
A fair bit of practice, and there's been a fair bit of trial and error. But just to go back to that community, like you've got the people that we've been mentored by, like Butcher's Axe. They gave us a lot of hints and tips back in the olden days, and we've just sort of taken that, adopted it, made it our own, and sort of like bit of bits of here, a little bit of magic dust at the end, and they're quite tasty.
I think we're to the point now where all the recipes are kind of up in our head, and it is easier now because we know what we're doing. We kind of work as a team. We go, okay, need to make sauce. This is our sauce recipe. Just pull it out of the noggin, and away we go. So we've got the methods down, and they're pretty consistent. So we don't practice all that much. When we first started, we'd be stressing every 2 minutes we're poking it and checking temperatures. We got alarms on temperatures going off, and now we're just stuff's cruising away, and we've learned to just relax and enjoy it a bit more. So.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Look, thanks so much for your time, boys, and all the best today. And hopefully you win some awards tonight as well. And just before I go, I know you said before Butcher's Axe inspire you. Who inspires you guys? Who would you like to give a shout out to?
Personally, the Butcher's Axe boys. So Michael from Butcher's Axe, he was our mentor back at that rookie rumble. Really gave us some instant tips. Our butcher Luke Nagel as well has been really supporting at Kelly's Meat, giving us some good protein, giving us a lot of time in the day, and even space on the bench to hack it away some things as well. So it's people like that. Again, the community, Stag and Co with some rubs. Try this. Is it good? And also the guys at Ground Zero.
Also our families, like we spend a lot of time away. We spend a lot
That's
of
a
time
good one,
cooking.
actually.
Our wives and our kids, we definitely want to give a big shout out to them. They put up with us and let us do our thing, let us enjoy our passion and stuff. They get some nice leftovers out of it at the end of the day, but definitely thank families and kids and stuff.
Absolutely. Well, myself as well included on that one. Thanks, everyone. We'll talk to you guys soon. And you guys going to be in Toowoomba at all, or going up to Sydney?
I actually had a drunken conversation last night, and I may have potentially committed to Toowoomba, so we'll see.
All right. I'll see you in Toowoomba. All the best. Good luck, and thanks, everyone. See ya. Bye.